I'm so excited to have you here today.
Yay, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
So today we have Cristal Sabbagh. Can you introduce yourself and let us know how you fit into Chicago?
Sure. My name is Cristal Sabbagh. I'm a multidisciplinary artist in Chicago, and I've been, between teaching art and curating Freedom from Freedom to and trying to make art on my own. I've been really busy, but it's all really been rewarding. I'm meeting so many amazing musicians and dancers, so yeah, I'm excited.
That's part of why I wanted to bring you in today, because you come into contact with so many people through your work, and so I thought, who is she going to pick to gush about? And once you told me, I was so excited. I've known this person for a long time, and I remember so tell us who you brought in.
Okay, I'm gonna gush about the amazing Sharkey Zalek.
Sharkey Zalek.
Yay! I've known them, since 2004. We both ended up kind of taking Butoh classes at the same time and kind of learning about Butoh at the same time. So that's where our journey started. But we really started...
For those not in the know, what's Butoh?
Butoh is a kind of post-contemporary dance form that started after World War II. It was kind of like a reflection or a response to the bombs in Japan, and it was known at the time when it started as the dance of darkness, and it was kind of meant for the dancers to almost be a little bit lower towards the ground, with bent knees, and a lot of times the earlier folks, they were wearing powder too, but really the main things that I took away, because I'm really influenced by some of the exercises, is some of the metaphors, really trying to embody those within yourself and not having things feel contrived, but really embodying, really staying true to the energy of how things are feeling, and for me, it's trying to connect to an energy, trying to connect to my spirit or to my ancestors.
I've taken 2 or 3 Butoh classes in my day, and I like to think about it as a meditation with dance as a byproduct.
Right. And the nice thing is, it can be at any age.
Yes.
To start learning about it.
And any ability.
Right.
It's a very accessible dance.
Extremely accessible, and that's why I love it. That's why I'm still drawn towards it. Yeah.
So we're going to gush about Sharkey today, and you brought in 3 clips.
Yes.
Could you set up the first one for us?
Okay, so this first clip, I've had Sharkey... Man, I started Freedom from Freedom 2 back in 2019.
Oh, we're going to have to say what that is.
And Freedom from Freedom 2 is an improvised performance featuring dancers and musicians, where it's all chance-based. Audience members will literally pick our names from bags to kind of pair which 2 dancers, which 3 musicians get paired up in certain sets of 15 minutes a piece, and it's always different, it's always new. It's really exciting to see what everyone brings to the table in terms of their listening skills, their observation skills, to really try to make a new narrative. And Sharkey's been there from the get-go, from 2019, and yeah, and you've been in since 2019 as well.
It's been years.
Yes.
And every time I do FFFT, I still get nervous.
I like that, though. I did too in a certain way.
Yeah.
But yeah, certain people, they'll tell me afterwards, oh man, I was, they might be kind of, I don't want to say panicking. It's not really a panic, but they might just be worried. Even though these are people that are extremely
they're so
well versed in their craft. But there's something about maybe working with people that they might not have known before.
And Elastic is always standing room only at those shows. And so you have to figure it out in front of everybody.
Yep.
And you, yeah.
There's an intimacy there too within the space. There's a call and response with the audience members. So it's not a stagnant, like, audience members just sitting quietly.
It's like real time. Well, I mean, I have a very strange approach to FFFT. For me, it's like problem solving a little bit.
Yeah. Because
in the first second, the first movement or the first sound, you have to immediately sense the energy and how you're going to like make a weave out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I call it problem solving, but my brain also turns off during it.
Right.
It just, I can't even tell you what happens.
Yeah, same. It's like you're going on a journey with these individuals, and you don't know how you're going to get through A, B, C, and D, but you're going to make it through. And it's just really a treasure. Even if the sets don't work out, it's just a treasure to see people engaging in this type of work, because it's not rehearsed, but it causes people to play again and to almost go back to their childhood.
Yes.
Listening, watching, and creating something from scratch. This particular one was at Elastic Arts, and we've had the majority of Freedom From has been housed there from the beginning. And Sharkey, I had asked Sharkey to open. We usually have openers, like they'll do like a 25 to 30 minute set. So Sharkey was dancing, and the other musicians, it was Paige Brown with voice and piano, and Damon Locks with sound and turntables.
Yeah, electronics. Are you ready?
Yes. Okay, so Sharkey is underneath this like really beautiful fabric, and it was just nice to see them interacting with another material, and kind of that play, that kind of organic play. And at times they didn't even look human, so that was a nice touch. To see, some of Sharkey's decisions as the music got faster or louder, what were they doing underneath the fabric, how they were responding to that. Starting to come almost all the way through. And Sharkey is so well versed within their own body and playing around with energies, playing around with shapes, and never really forcing things, but just letting things grow organically. might be hard to see their facials in this, but they're always so engaged with the audience, with their eyes and their mouths, and just, you feel that connection to them every time. The shapes are so nice. Okay.
I love the way that progressed.
I know.
Like, you have the whole metaphor of birth.
Right.
But it's not a peaceful dance. It's
kind of obtuse, kind of
yeah,
geometric and angular.
Yeah,
there wasn't like this kind of just fluid, smooth, but then that was kind of playing with the sounds from Damon.
Yes, because the way Damon constructs loops is they're never really clean or symmetrical. To me, they're always a little lopsided. There's always a bit of a lilt to them, and I feel
almost like a skip.
Yeah, and Sharkey really embodied that. I guess that imbalance.
Right, like I'm kind of turning, but I'm not turning on a central axis. Like I'm kind of off balance here.
It feels uncanny.
Yeah.
And I from what I know about Butoh is they play a lot with the uncanny valley of, yes, this is a human dancing, but it doesn't have to feel like one.
Right, which is so delicious because they can do that so well from jump. Yeah, it's very natural for Sharkey to do that.
And so the second clip is also FFFT.
Yes.
But this is a different situation.
Different situation. Yeah, this one is at Steppenwolf in their Black Box Theater.
Who are they paired with for this one?
Sharkey's paired with Solomon Bowser, the dancer. And on keys, it's Julian Pujols Qual, and then on drums, it's my partner, Eli.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
And for those people that don't know, Solomon Bowser is a powerhouse dancer, contemporary styles, probably many other styles. And he's such a great listener and partner for weight sharing and partnering. He loves to be able to lift you, with your consent. So, and this is the second time, 2 different Freedom Froms where they've worked together. And I love how Sharkey is like a chameleon in terms of their style. It doesn't matter who they're partnered with, whether it's somebody that's more classically trained, somebody that's a tap dancer, somebody that's, a break dancer, they're going to be able to make it work.
Because Solomon doesn't do Butoh.
No. their play with their angles, with their legs, and with the speed, whether kind of slowing it down, and that's, in my opinion, working really well with the music. Sharkey was kind of rolling solid into these somersaults. And it's hard to see this part, but Solomon was carrying Sharkey on his back, and Sharkey was facing the ceiling, and you couldn't see their face anymore, and it was so stunning. Ricardo Adame captured an amazing photo of
God bless Ricardo.
Yes, yes.
And what's amazing is that is all improvised.
Yes.
And so Solomon likes to pick people up. He does it all the time. Mm-hmm. And, if dancers need a lot of trust to do that, and a lot of control, and it looks like it was choreographed.
Totally. The way they were moving, that kind of relationship, like what you were saying, the comfort levels, it just felt very natural. It felt very lived in.
Right.
Didn't feel hesitant with touch, with weight sharing and all of that. So, again, they had been paired together before, so that helped.
They had some rapport.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've been at a handful of Freedom Froms anyway, in general, and have known each other. But yeah, it's trust.
It was really special.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, some of those photos from their set were like
stunning,
jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
So.
What I loved at the beginning was when Solomon is kind of playing to the corner and Sharkey's behind him, and they're kind of Sharkey is doing a mirror on Solomon's energy, but also kind of going in their own direction. Just the whole evolution of decision making. You can see the decision making going through the dancers, going through the musicians, going between the musician pair and the dancer pair.
Right.
And how all that just like propels the energy forward.
Yeah. And just thinking about, what my husband, who is always the MC at Freedom From as well, and he also played in the set, but to him, that's like the true meaning. It shouldn't just be one person driving the set. It should just be like a rapport with everybody in the set, and everyone's just kind of like, oh, okay, let me...
It's a negotiation.
It is. Yeah. It is. Like a little bit of following, a little bit of leading, a little bit of melding of styles. So, yeah. So
the last clip is... The context is totally different.
Mm-hmm. Completely different. This one is at Lynx. Rest in peace, Lynx.
R.I.P. Lynx.
This one's at Lynx, and this is a Buto piece featuring Sharkey, Wanapapi Eubanks, and
Liv Mershon.
Liv Mershon is the sound artist here. And you'll get to see, Sharkey kind of working within these elements and also with some other props.
So this was a planned group. They planned this out ahead of time. This is a composition.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm. expressions were just so raw and so visceral. But again, this is another element of Butoh training, and it just, to me, being in the audience just really kind of connects us to them. And this is also a tribute to a Butoh dancer who recently passed away, Tadashi Endo. Their movements, to me, don't seem human anymore. Some of the breath work and the staccato movements are really engaging. Also with Butoh, it causes the viewer to be patient and to really do your own due diligence with observing what you're seeing.
Butoh is a durational dance.
Yes, it can be. Yes. Also, I love that it's more about the feeling. It's more about the intimacy of their movement too. And you were there.
I think I saw all three of these in the room. All three of these clips. What I loved about what Liv was doing there, speaking as a musician. Butoh really lends itself to like aggressive ambient music, because Butoh is, at least to me, it's not really about the choreography of the dancer, but more the labor and the psychology behind the movement.
Yes.
Because the facial work here is great. You're imagining the music happening inside the mind of the performer, and how disturbing it is. Like, that is the world in their head, and they are only showing you hints of it, just like a little bit of movement. It's nothing big, nothing flashy.
Right.
But you have to wonder, there's a lot of, it's grotesque.
It can be, and also with a lot of this training, you're not supposed to be overthinking too much about, what am I doing with my face here? What am I doing with my blah, blah, blah there? It's like, you get to the point where you start letting your body and that energy within you kind of take over. So it's almost can feel like you're in a trance, in a sense. where it's like an out of body experience, which I tend to enjoy. I like it when people get to that state too.
And how do you enjoy watching Butoh? Because it's very, very different from the point of view of the dancer as the audience, right? So when you watch Butoh, you're watching a durational dance. How do you gaze upon it?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. To be an observer, again, sometimes I get locked into my own narrative of what I see happening. And I love some of the really subtleties within movement, but also some of the intensity within the body work, within the facial gestures. And I just kind of I'll get lost watching them and kind of happy to go on that journey. Because every viewer, they're going to get something out of it that's a little bit different.
I guess, how would you describe what Sharkey brings to the genre?
I think Sharkey, in my opinion, just always brings this fearlessness and just a fearlessness, but also playfulness too, and an openness to collaboration. There never seems to be like, it's just me on stage and forget everybody else. It's always like
they're a very good listener.
They're a good listener,
yeah,
and they're such a great partner. They're great partners with other folks, and like I said earlier, within lots of different styles. They can tend to be a chameleon, and it's nice to see when people like are just kind of open to stepping out of their own comfort zone. So
well put. Thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.